Welcome back. We've had Christmas, we've had family and food, we've had New Year, friends and fireworks, and on Monday we had the baptism of Jesus. And that's what I want to share with you a bit this morning, because many of you, I presume, like myself, have been baptized, and what I hope, by looking a bit more closely at Jesus' experience, we might come to appreciate our own status as baptized. Jesus, as you know, was a young lad from Nazareth, a carpenter, in the unknown town in the insignificant province of Galilee. And at around the age of 30, he decided he would like to deepen his relationship with God. He would like to offer himself in some way to God, to Yahweh. And one of the ways was to go to the Jordan where John was baptizing with a baptism of repentance and conversion, and a baptism of preparation for the coming of the Messiah, whom John considered was coming soon. So Jesus went, got in the queue, went into the water, and was baptized by John. And it seems that he was probably baptized with water being poured over his head. But then when he came out of the water, he had two of the most significant experiences of his life. Life-changing experiences. The first was Jesus became aware that he was filled with the Spirit of God. That God had infused in him his own Spirit. So there was a whole unity, intimacy, a oneness with God that he had not experienced before. And then secondly, whether he heard a voice or whatever, it doesn't matter, because he became aware that he was the beloved Son of God. And you can imagine what it must be for a son to know that he's beloved by his Father. Wow. In our lives, that's very significant. And for Jesus, it would have been even more significant. He was the beloved Son of God. And so the logic is, if he was the beloved Son, then God was the loving Father. And so Yahweh was not just the Creator, the Liberator, the sender of prophets, the protector of his people, but Yahweh was also the intimate, loving Father. So Jesus' concept of God changed, and hence his relationship with God changed. And as we know from the text, it was the Spirit in him that then drove him into the desert, where he took time to reflect on, to pray about, to come to grasp the implications of being the beloved Son of God, who was now the loving Father whom Jesus could call Abba, which means in its Aramaic for dad, daddy, pa, bark, whatever we might use. Now you and I, or many of us, have also been baptized, and baptized with the same Spirit. Not more or less, but the same as Jesus received. Because the Spirit doesn't give himself in parts or in measure. The Spirit is given, and we receive that Spirit. And therefore we are also sons and daughters of God, who is Abba, his daddy, his pa, for each of us and all of us. Now I know that I'm still grappling with that. I'm still asking for the grace to understand that even more. And I pray that you also can come to appreciate that, having looked at what it was like and what it meant for Jesus. Okay? God bless you. Go well.